Everybody wants to know, Trap, should we be buying the SpaceX stock now? Now, we know that the company IPO'd at 135 and exploded even to about $213, almost at $3 trillion. It's the biggest IPO ever. Wall Street is excited, the media is excited, and retail investors are excited, which is exactly why I'm not buying. Because every great investment starts with excitement, but the greatest investments is after the excitement dies down. And so today, I'm gonna walk you through why I believe SpaceX truly is one of the greatest companies ever built. I'm gonna walk you through why Starlink could be worth hundreds of billions of dollars, but also some key dates that we need to look on. Because Elon may be acquiring some old companies, and hedge funds truly are going to be scared of that. It's your boy, Wall Street Trapper. Make sure you like and subscribe and get this video up to 2,000 likes so they can get in the algorithm. I promise you, this video is gonna be one of the ones that's gonna turn that light on in your head. Let's go. This isn't just a SpaceX story. This is a supply and demand story. And if you understand supply and demand, you understand why the best opportunity hasn't even hit us yet. And I'll give you the answer right now. Do I think SpaceX becomes bigger? 100%. Do I think that it could be one of the most important companies in the world? Absolutely. Do I think people who buy today could make money? For sure. But if you're asking me where the asymmetric opportunity is, I'm watching the lockout expiration dates. That's right. Because the greatest company in the world still can become a bad investment if you're paying too much. And right now, you're definitely paying too much. And that's a lesson taught to us over and over again. But let's think about Tesla, right? The stock IPO'd at $17. It went through some hard periods and now it's at $400 some dollars. But SpaceX may be different. But let's think about the Tesla IPO. Again, $17 IPO, Wall Street laughed. EVs were considered impossible. Self-driving cars considered science fiction. And $1,000 became $350,000 years later. But then Tesla started small. SpaceX isn't even starting small. SpaceX already has billions of dollars in revenue, millions of customers and thousands of satellites, government contracts, and launch dominance. But at a $2 trillion valuation, only brought in $18 billion last year. And artificial intelligence, well, we know where that's at. So the question isn't whether SpaceX is real. The question is whether investors are getting carried away. And that's what I think is happening with all the hype, with all the hoopla. And I'm gonna just pump your brakes for a second and show y'all like what SpaceX actually is, right? So number one, we have the Starlink business, right? Now this is the cash cow. This is the cash machine part of the business. Just bear with me because I'm gonna break you through 3 stocks that I think, one, are nice, and then 2, may be acquired. Now, Starlink has billions of subscribers, and they have a recurring revenue model. Think about Tesla sells cars, Starlinks get paid every month. It's 2 different business models under the same name. And this is why investors think Starlink could be worth hundreds of billions of dollars, because this is the profitable part of the business. I want you to understand there's billions of people in the world without a satellite. And that's where internet access, and that's where Starlink comes in. 80% of everything that SpaceX does, they the ones bringing us into space. So everyone else throws rockets away. SpaceX reuses the rockets. Imagine if Delta Airlines threw away a Boeing 737 after it took a flight. That's what space looked like before SpaceX. And then you have Starship. This is the option, right? So it's not today's business, it's tomorrow's business, right? It's the moon, it's Mars, it's orbital factories out of space, it's military cargo out of space, it's space infrastructure. This is the one they're thinking far ahead on. So you got SpaceX that ships up rockets, when you got Starlink, which is the internet access, and then you got Starshield, which is government, defense, and national security wrapped into one, which explains why the government doesn't switch providers easily. So that's just 4 businesses right there inside of this one thing. And then you have number 5, the AI model, and XAI, which is what your Grok is under. That's the wild card. Not because Grok makes money today, but because Elon is creating one big ecosystem. AI, robots, space, connectivity, and energy. All connected in one under the SpaceX brand. Now, I said it to say this because, again, I want to solidify that I think this is an amazing company. But valuations matter. And so we've seen the stock explode. And it's because of the supply and demand. Like, there's only a small percentage of shares that's available, 4%. And institutional demand is enormous. right? So let me just make that make sense. If 100 people want to buy a house, but there's only 4 houses available, the price goes up. This is what's happening right here. SpaceX has 555 million shares on the market. Well, only 4% of those are available for us to buy. So the demand is there, but the supply isn't. And that's called the float. In simple language, the float is simply the amount of shares available to trade right now. Not all the shares, not just tradable shares right now. And it's only at 4%. So you have small supply, lot of demand, which makes the stock price keep going up. You have massive demand. And that explosion is called price action. And so now this is where I want to break down what we really need to pay attention to. This is the lockout phase. So this is where most YouTubers who telling you about this fail, and not that I want to just make it simple so we can get it. What I want us to understand is employees, executives, early investors, they own the stock, but they can't sell it immediately. They gotta hold it. And the market doesn't want billions of dollars worth of stock dumped on one day. They are designed to protect you and me as the retail investors, so they say. So because you have this huge demand with slim and tiny supply, you have to put these lockout phases in a company so big. And so now you have this 4% that's in the market that everybody is fighting over, and that's causing the stock to go up, 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 up. But at some point when the lockouts happen, now you have supply and demand falls. And so the dates that I want us to pay attention to, so the first lockout date, unlock date is in July. That's when underwriter support ends. And then you have another lockout date in September. And that's the first earnings report. And then you have another lockout date in December. So this is when the full 180. Right, so those 3 phases, investors get to get a little bit of their money out in the market. So they get to sell some shares, we get to buy some shares. But they can't sell their whole position. You can only sell small pieces of the position. If you did that, you have a flood in the market, because I can almost promise you, if all those hundreds of millions of shares get out, we can't buy them all at one time. And this is why stocks crash. And this is what they're preventing. And so that means once supply changes, then we can play the game. Now, there's a different way I want us to look at it, because there's companies like EchoStar. That matters because, SpaceX wants more bandwidth. The more bandwidth equals Starlink has more capacity, more customers, more revenue. So I'm just being mindful that SpaceX may start look to acquire certain companies. And the reason being is because they can get more access to people. Think of it as buying more lanes on one highway, right? Then there's AST SpaceMobile. And the reason why this matters is because this is direct-to-cell. So SpaceX sees cellular connectivity as a massive opportunity. And so ASTS provides the market as a real access point. And SpaceX wants to dominate. We know Elon wants to dominate, which is why he spent $60 billion on acquiring Cursor, which is another component to OpenAI. This is the billion-dollar playbook. And so when your stock becomes the currency, which they can do, you buy growth. So XAI acquisition, then EchoStar and Spectrum, which EchoStar already gave SpaceX some of it, that becomes a future acquisition for later on. So the stock itself is like money. The ones with the most powerful ideas come together. And so what I want us to understand is that most people are looking at SpaceX asking, should I buy? And the answer is, yes, you should buy, but the better question is, when should I buy? So I would prove to say to us that if we look at history, history shows us something that's really, really important. The greatest opportunities rarely make people rich because they bought them wrong. They make rich people rich because they held them. And Tesla taught us that. Amazon taught us that. NVIDIA kind of taught us that. And SpaceX may teach us the same thing, but just in another generation. And the challenge is that everybody wants to get rich during the excitement, and the wealth is usually built during the waiting. And so what I want to do is, again, I would wait till after July 3rd to see how the market responds to that first lockout phase. And then the next one in September, then you got earnings coming up, which is their first earnings call. And so now all the hype goes away, and then Wall Street will look straight at the numbers. What have you done? How much have you made? What's going on? Now, SpaceX does has $85 billion in cash on the side, which gives them the ability to acquire different companies, which I think they're going to do, right? They're going to get on the acquisition phase. And that $85 billion allows them to buy some of those smaller space companies, ASTS and EchoStar, and some of these other companies that are going to benefit off the space. And so that's what I truly want us to look at. So not buying it right now, but saying, hey, if this happens and this happens and this happens, then we get the opportunity to buy a really great company at a really great price. And so if you listen to me, if you hear me, I'm not saying don't buy SpaceX at all. I'm saying wait till it give us a right price. The reason why the stock is gonna run right now is because nobody can really sell. People can trade it because that just happened. And you got index funds getting into it, that just happened. But it can't really sell. So people who bought it pre-IPO, they just sitting on their hands. And they're able to get off a portion of it in July, and then another portion of it in September, and then another portion of it in December, which will be the 180 days. That is called the ultimate unlock. And once that happens, then we can test the market on what SpaceX is gonna do. I think it'll come down to about 115, 120. I don't know. But I do know is if it's a great company that's gonna do great things, we'll have great opportunity. We don't have to be the first ones in it right now. It's your boy, the Wall Street Traffic. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share this, man. Salute.